A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secret Revealed Aftersought. And for my current review today, here on Nerf Secret Revealed Aftersought, if you don't remember how many Mega Blasters that I've already handled throughout this whole part of the franchise, then well, here comes another one. This is the Mega Doublebreach, and I'm saying that this is a Mega Blaster, not Mega AccuStrike. This is one of those only examples that we've pretty much gotten from the past that is not relative to Mega AccuStrike or AccuStrike. This is just pure Mega. And from what I already understand, I mean, its styling is actually very akin to that of real-life shotguns, so that's probably something else you could probably worry about here. But in general, I do kind of like the styling of it. It definitely feels much like handling a real firearm, except it's not as heavy, and of course, for the most part, it's not at all real. Not entirely, that is. Now, some people didn't really like the functionality of this thing in general, so let's just go ahead and talk about that. So, to prime the blaster, you just pull this thing back and then open this breech port to load 2 different darts in. Now, that's actually something out there that many people consider to be a flaw, and as a result, that's why some people didn't really like this blaster. But you know what? I'm not necessarily the kind of guy who pretty much just has gripes over something like that, because this is actually a pretty good blaster. I mean, quite honestly, if you do it correctly, then the performance of each Mega Dart that's fired, it can be a bit average, sometimes below the range of even regular elite performance, but unless I'm in a Nerf war where we're situated hundreds of feet away from each other, why would I have to worry about how far a Mega Dart, or a dart in general, would fly? Because, I mean, the ergonomics on this thing, they're pretty darn comfortable. I mean, the pump grip itself has a nice texture on it, as well as a little bunt on the end of it to prevent your hand from sliding back too far, like that. Even though I have a nice firm grip on the handle itself, so my hands are not going to slip at all, that's kind of why the bunt is there, because you never really know. But here's another thing that made the blaster pretty good, and a reason why I went ahead and spent some money on this thing. Yeah, a Mossberg style Mega Blaster has slam fire, and quite honestly, it may not shoot 2 darts at once, unlike some blasters out there, like any member of the Rough Cut family of blasters out there, or the Diatron from the Vortex lineup, or anything like that. But honestly, I think slam fire, I'd say it covers it. It makes up for that kind of loss in general. A missed opportunity has been taken over by a different kind of opportunity. They put slam fire into this blaster, and it's kind of a shame they didn't really allow for 2 darts to fly at once. Maybe it's because they're kind of afraid for those who might actually blow through all their ammo right away. So I guess that's probably why single fire was probably there. But I'd say slam fire makes up for that tenfold. So, however though, let's see, because this blaster's already getting a pretty good score from me, the reviewer of this thing right here. Let's just see if I can bump it up a little more though, by putting in some Invisibullets. Okay, well, so far I can gauge the fact that, well, invisible integration on this blaster is also pretty nifty itself. However, I might as well go ahead and talk about a couple things here because, after all, this blaster is already pretty good for its somewhat realistic kind of shape to it. The color scheme may not at all match with it, but wow, I mean, this thing certainly resembles a Mossberg or any other sort of hunting-based shotgun on and of itself. But let's also not forget that, I mean, the styling, if you look on this side, the Mega placard and the Nerf logo are both present, as well as the name sort of placard that's also visible here. But if you go on this side, it's not so well detailed. I mean, the Doublebreach placard and the Nerf logo are both there, but unfortunately, probably because of how the breach port door is over here on this side, the Mega placard is not visible on this side. You'd have to go over here if you want to identify that this is a Mega Blaster. And let's not forget that the color schemes that help both the Doublebreach placard and the Nerf logo stand out, they may be visible over here with the black color for each of those, but on this side, the Doublebreach placard is red, just like with the color of the majority of the blaster, and there's light gray for the Nerf logo. I mean, you can see that it's embossed on there, so you can still tell that from this side, this is a Nerf Doublebreach, but you can't really tell if it's a Nerf Mega Doublebreach, unless if you saw the darts flying out of this thing, or if you looked on this side. I know it's just a minor thing out there, but you know what? I guess for the sake of some people who might think that I'm doing this review incorrectly, I'm just catching on to some of these things for them, for their sake. Reviewers out there are all over the place, and they give out different opinions and the like about it. I just like to do what's factual about it, because from my own perspective, this is honestly a pretty good blaster for its realistic styling and shape, and its functionality may seem a bit lower than expected from some people, but honestly, I don't think that bothers me. But, you know what, to make up for having only 2 darts available for its inner capacity, that's actually why there is a dart storage attachment on the side of it. That's right. If you don't remember my, well, review on the Char Shot, then, well, you'd probably find out that there was actually a dart holder for it. And speaking of dart holder and accessories and the like, well, there's also a tactical rail on top. Yeah, and okay, that was weird. Okay, so that doesn't work on this one either. Okay, well, I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but I don't know at this point. Well, anyways, the Doublebreach pretty much gets a good score for me. An 8.1 out of 10. So, an 8.1 based on its styling, based on its pretty good color scheme of light and dark gray, red and orange and white and black. It's a pretty good combo. But the main thing about it is that, well, its functionality is pretty much taken over by not having a double dart launch in similar ways to that of the Rough Cut family or any other blaster that could fire more than 1 dart at a time, but instead there's slam fire built into it, which I honestly did not expect to appear in a real kind of shotgun, even though it's not a real thing at all. Well, anyways, though, there's certainly going to be a lot more that I'm going to have to talk about, but I am in fact getting close to the end. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.